شما استخدام شدید. میدونم که این بهترین خبریه که یک نفر بعد از یک مصاحبه کاری منتظر شنیدنشه. اگر که شما هم مثل من در زمینه آیتی فعالیت میکنید، بهتون توصیه میکنم حتما این ویدیو رو تا انتها ببینید. در این ویدیو من مصاحبه خودم رو با یک شرکت نرم افزاری در آلمان ضبط کردم. در حین ویدیو اطلاعات کاملی در زمینه شرکت‌های آلمانی به شما ارائه میدم و همچنین نقاط قوت و ضعف خودم رو در حین مصاحبه برای شما به اشتراک میگذارم. در انتهای این مصاحبه امیدوارم که بتونم یک پیشنهاد کاری خوب از این شرکت آلمانی دریافت کنم. کشور آلمان از مهمترین اعضای اتحادیه اروپا است که از لحاظ موقعیت جغرافیایی با کشورهای سوئیس، لهستان، هلند، بلژیک، اتریش، جمهوری چک، دانمارک، فرانسه و لوکزامبورگ مرز مشترک دارد. همه ساله بیش از 100,000 موقعیت شغلی فقط در زمینه فناوری اطلاعات در این کشور ایجاد شده و میلیون‌ها نفر برای کار و مهاجرت به آلمان اقدام می‌کنند. مسلماً این تعداد متقاضی باعث می‌شود شانس دریافت پیشنهاد کاری برای هر نفر کمتر شود، مخصوصاً اگر فرد متقاضی از خارج از این کشور اقدام به تقاضای کار نماید. در هر صورت ادامه تلاش همچنان منطقی است، به این دلیل که آلمان همه ساله به متخصصان بیشتری نیاز دارد. اولین گام برای ارتباط با شرکت‌ها داشتن یک رزومه کاری استاندارد و همچنین ایجاد پروفایل در پورتال‌های تخصصی نظیر لینکدین و همچنین پورتال محبوب آلمانی زینک هست. در ویدیوی دیگر به شما نشان خواهم داد که چگونه به راحت ترین روش ممکن میتونید یک رزومه کاری حرفه‌ای بسازید. خب، من از فرصتی که داشتم استفاده کردم و رزومه خودم رو ساختم و پروفایل خودم رو در لینکدین و زینک آپدیت کردم. البته از اطلاعات غیر واقعی استفاده کردم به خاطر اینکه این مصاحبه رو فقط برای ضبط این ویدیو انجام میدم. لازم خودم رو معرفی کنم. من ساجد هستم، مهندس نرم افزار با 15 سال سابقه کاری در زمینه برنامه نویسی که همکنون در یک شرکت نرم افزاری در کشور آلمان مشغول به کار هستم. در این مصاحبه خودم رو متخصص نیمه ماهر با 5 سال سابقه کاری و انگلیسی زبان معرفی کردم. زبان آلمانی زبان رسمی کشورهای آلمان، اتریش و لیختنشتاین است و یکی از زبانهای رسمی در سوئیس و لوکزامبورگ محسوب می شود. می توان گفت آلمانی پرمخاطب ترین زبان در اتحادیه اروپا است و در رتبه 11 فهرست پرمخاطب ترین زبانهای جهان قرار دارد. مهارت صحبت کردن به زبان آلمانی برای کارشناسان خارجی می تواند بسیار مفید باشد. این مهارت به برقراری ارتباط و ادغام در محیط کار و جامعه کمک می کند. با این حال اهمیت صحبت کردن به زبان آلمانی ممکن است بسته به شغل و شرکت خاص متفاوت باشد. اغلب شرکت‌های انفرماتیک محیط بین‌المللی تری دارند و در درجه اول از انگلیسی به عنوان زبان اصلی استفاده می‌کنند، در حالی که برخی دیگر ممکن است تاکید بیشتری بر مهارت‌های زبان آلمانی داشته باشند. خب، امروز روز دومیه که من این ویدیو رو ضبط میکنم و تا اینجا با 10 الی 15 شرکت تماس برقرار کردم و رزومه خودم رو براشون فرستادم. انتظار دارم امروز و یا فردا و یا در طول این هفته تماس اولم با شرکت ها برقرار بشه. معمولا این تماس از طرف بنگاه های کاریابی و یا واحدهای منابع انسانی شرکت هاست. اینها با شما تماس میگیرن و میخوان بدونن که آیا شما فرد مورد نظر برای اون موقعیت شغلی هستید یا نه. بنابراین هیچ استرسی برای مرحله اول ندارم، فقط کافیه که کمی منتظر بمونم. خب این اولین تماس منه با یکی از ریکرویترها. امیدوارم همه چی به خوبی پیش بره. Hello?
Hello, this is Abdel from Azatek. Am I talking to Sajid?
Yes, this is Sajid. How are you doing,
Can you
Abdel?
hear me clearly?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Am I clear?
Yeah, right now
Okay.
you are here, yeah. Great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'm Abdel, as I said. We had an interchange through emails the last time about the position of front-end developer. And today I would like to have an interview with you, if you don't mind, of course. And so is that okay for you?
Yeah, I'm very excited to have this interview.
Great. So I will start by a short presentation of me and the company, and then we can also give you the word to give us a short presentation of yourself, and then we can start the interview.
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Good. So I am Abdel Assou, originally from Morocco. I like to have more front-end developers on our team. We work mainly on the consulting, on some consulting projects, and we have also some our internal projects. And as I said, we need more front-end developers, and this is why we have this interview with you today. So this is short from our side, and I would like to have some short presentation from you.
Yeah, so nice to meet you, Abdel. I'm Sajid. I'm a front-end developer. I have 6 years of experience working for companies as front-end developer. At the moment, I'm living in Germany. I'm looking forward to work with the company as a remote position. So that's why I apply for the position you mentioned.
Great. So yeah, as you mentioned, this is a remote position, and I would like to start the interview if you are okay with that.
Yeah, sure.
Good. So I will start with the first question. Can you tell me, please, Sajid, about your experience with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript?
Yeah, I have several years of experience working with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And I'm proficient in creating responsive cross-browser compatible design and have experience with various CSS.
Nice. My next question is, can you please, Sajid, give me an example of a project you have worked on that required some problem-solving skills and things like this?
Yeah, one example is a project that was working on, and I had to optimize the load time of the website. So I use techniques such as lazy loading, minification, and compression to reduce the overall size of the website and improve the load time.
Nice. That's great. And as you may know, as developers, and one of the things that we are suffering with is maintainability of the code, and also giving a code that is scalable. So for you, how do you ensure that your code is maintainable and scalable?
Write clear and well-documented code, and practice modular and reusable design patterns.
Good. You mentioned earlier that when I asked you about your experience with CSS, HTML, and stuff, you mentioned some frameworks. So could you please tell me about your experience with front-end frameworks such as React, Angular, or Vue.js?
Yeah, I have experience working with Angular, React.js, and Vue.js, especially with React.js. For example, my current project is also based on React.js, and yeah, I'm quite familiar with React and Redux as a state management solution for that.
Nice. We are looking hardly to find someone with good experience as you in React. So this leads me to
مصاحبه مرحله اولم انجام شد. خیلی راضیم. انتظار داشتم بیشتر سوالات عمومی پرسیده بشه، مثل اینکه چند سال سابقه کاری دارم، کجا زندگی میکنم، رو چه پروژه هایی دوست دارم کار بکنم و یا حقوق دریافتیم چقدر هست. منتها یک سری سوالات تخصصی هم پرسیده شد که فکر میکنم زیاد درست و غلط بودن جوابش برای مصاحبه کننده مهم نبود و بیشتر میخواست ببینه من با چالش هایی که دارم چطور برخورد میکنم و چطور دنبال حل مسئله میگردم. اگر از این مرحله با موفقیت بیرون بیام، احتمالاً یک ایمیلی از شرکت دریافت میکنم که منو به مصاحبه تخصصی دعوت خواهند کرد.
Hello, hi, hey Sajid, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Cool, I'm good. Thank you very much. So first of all, thank you very much for joining us in this interview. I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Mahmoud. I'm originally from Syria, and just to give you a quick overview about like how this interview will be structured. I have some general basic questions first. I will ask them, and then there will be a quick coding challenge. I will share with you a link afterward. And after that, there will be some time for you to ask the question that you might have, and I will be more than happy to answer them. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, cool.
Cool, perfect. So let's get started. The first question that I have is related to React. So if you can like quickly just walk me through about like how you approach with form building in React. Whenever you want to like create a form, how you approach it?
Yeah, sure. I will start by identifying the requirements for the form. For example, what kind of data is being collected, what validation is needed, and what kind of interaction is expected. Once I have a clear understanding of the requirement, I would then create a component for the form using the form HTML element.
Cool. You mentioned validation. Can you quickly just let me know like how you usually handle validation in the form?
Yeah, I would use libraries such as Formic or React Form to handle form validation. These libraries provide a lot of built-in functionality for handling a form validation, such as checking the required fields, adding custom validation rules or error messages to the user. I would also make use of unchange and unblur event handler to validate the form fields as the user interact with the form.
Cool. Now if you can like give me a bit more specific example. For example, let's say you have a field, it's an email field in your form. How do you usually like validate this specific input?
Sure. I would use a regular expression to check if the email address is entered by a user in a correct format. I would then check if the email address matches the regular expression. I also can make an API call to see if the email addresses exist in the database. Yeah.
Cool. Now let's imagine user entered their data. You did the validation. Everything is ready. How you approach for data submissions? How do you like submit the form data from that?
So I would use onSubmit event handler and would also make a call API call using libraries such as Fetch or Axios, and then submit the form data to the backend and get the response and then do the rest.
Cool. What about large amount of data? But let's say you have a form which will submit a large amount of data. In these cases, what will be your approach?
For large amount of data, I would use libraries such as form data or Multer. It's also a good idea to have chunking or pagination for large amount of data.
Cool. That's it for the first part of the interview. And for the next part, I will share with you a link so you can do the live coding one.
Okay, cool. So let me check the link. One moment. I got the link. Cool. So, should I?
Yeah, just take your time, read the question, and
Yeah. Okay. So question number 1 is write a function in JavaScript that takes an array of objects, each with a name and a score property, and return a new array of objects sorted by the score property in descending order. The function should also be able to handle ties by sorting the ties objects by their name property in ascending order. Example, name, score. Okay, so the
output clear.
So it takes one array of object and it expects to sort this array of object by the score, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. So the output should be like this. Okay. So I write a function in JavaScript then for this. محمود 31 سالشه و اهل کشور سوریه است. اون 7 ساله که به آلمان مهاجرت کرده و در اینجا ادامه تحصیل داده و همکنون به عنوان برنامه نویس در شرکتی که من تقاضای کار دادم مشغول به کار هست. میتونم بگم مصاحبه من به لحاظ تکنیکی با محمود بسیار خوب پیش رفت. فرد بسیار خوش اخلاقی بود و همچنین کمک میکرد، اگه سوالی داشتم جواب میداد و همچنین در انتهای این مصاحبه با هم یک گفتگوی خودمونی 5 دقیقه‌ای داشتیم در رابطه با شرایط خودمون و کشورامون صحبت کردیم و نقاط خیلی مشترکی پیدا کردیم. نسبت به این مصاحبه خیلی خوشبین هستم. فکر میکنم نظر محمود هم همین باشه و اگر بتونم این مرحله رو قبول بشم احتمالاً ایمیلی از شرکت دریافت میکنم بابت وقت مصاحبه بعدی.
Okay, good morning Sajid. This is Ethan Forge and how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good indeed. I just wanted to congratulate you for the last few interviews you had with our teams. They were quite happy with you, so I thought it would be a good idea if I could also have a quick chat, to see if you're going to be a good fit, basically, for the company.
Yeah, I'm also very excited, so thanks for the good news. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, excellent. You earned it all. Right, as you know, we are at a post-COVID era, but still a lot of companies already adopted working from home, remote work, etc., etc., etc. So I wanted to know more a bit about your experiences with that and how basically would you approach working with remote team members or clients? Because as you know, not all our clients are in the same city. Some of them are 12 hours away basically from us, in the time differences. I was wondering if you had experience working in that case and what would be your approach?
Yeah, I do have experience working with remote teams, team members and clients. And I understand the importance of clear and effective communication. I make sure establish regular check-ins and use communication tools such as video conferencing, instant messaging, and project management software to stay connected and aligned. I also make sure to be flexible with time.
Oh, excellent. Just I wanted to mention one thing here. We have human computer interaction, basically. As you know, in the past we were communicating using telephones, and then we replaced it with emails, and then we did it with voice calls and video calls and whatnot. As you know, not being in a presence, it's always a bit difficult, to read humans' emotion, to see. I was wondering if you had, how would you deal basically when it comes to communicating with people? Because again, as we mentioned earlier, that we have time differences, so it is quite important to understand that how would I send a message remotely to the person, just to be sure the message is complete, both parties basically are on the same page.
Yeah, as I said, it's very important to schedule the meetings based on the time zone, and it's also important to be clear on the concept. So I make sure everyone sit into the same page. And if I have any question, I just I'm not worried to ask questions. I won't say I know every answer, every possible answer. So it's good to be flexible in that term.
Perfect. That's all I wanted to hear. Ask questions, don't be shy. That is very, very important for us, just to be sure both parties or multiple parties are always on the same page. Right. As you know, in this company, we try to push our limits, push our boundaries as much as we can. We are happy to be out of our comfort zone. And I was wondering if you can tell us a little bit about the time that you work on it.
خب مصاحبه آخرم رو هم انجام دادم، همونطور که ملاحظه کردید خیلی هم خوب پیش رفت، خیلی راضیم. منتظر میمونم تا ایمیلی از شرکت دریافت کنم. ممکنه یه پیشنهاد کاری باشه و ممکنه که باز هم مرحله‌ای وجود داشته باشه. شاید بپرسید چه مرحله‌ای. بعضی از شرکت‌ها شما رو به خود شرکت دعوت میکنن تا همکارا رو از نزدیک ببینید و باهاشون آشنا بشید.